Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 7th of October 2025. So stock hit a 7th straight record high as AI Euphoria pushes semiconductor stocks to most overbought in a decade. No surprise there. Stocks rise on tech-led gains after AMD OpenAI deal, so they've joined forces. And US stocks mostly gained amid tech strength following AMD OpenAI deal there. Economic news for today, well, we've just got Lagarde out at 5:10, so the market's got to make up their own minds, and whatever news they can glean and capture from X or anywhere else and use that. So we had that yesterday with the resignation of the French Prime Minister, which we'll look at when we look at the 2-minute DAX. Other than that, let's move on, have a look at the markets and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow yesterday, we had a down day. We put in a new all-time high that we saw the other day, which was going to be Friday. You can see there that all-time high of 47.053. And the market then obviously finding a bit of resistance during yesterday. We've got to close below the 5-bar moving average as well. We've got a crossover. So maybe there is a bit of a pullback looming, even if it's only a couple of days. So yesterday the market was really quiet. The cash market, I've noticed this now. This is the last couple of days we've seen this as a pattern emerging here, where the stocks are selling off in the first hour and then they're being brought back. So I wonder if there's an offloading here by the institutions, given obviously decade highs as far as stocks are concerned, and all-time highs, continuous all-time highs. It does reach an inflection point where the market says, look, enough is enough, and we need a bit of a pullback. And you can have that in October, or it's known as Shocktober, have a bit of a panic sell-off, and then the enter Santa to save the day. So we'll look at the S&P. So in the S&P 500, we've got the all-time high there, and the market's sideways to higher overnight there, moving to the upside off the 5-bar moving average. Yesterday, again, we had that bit of a sell-off, but the market then reversed and moved higher. And obviously on the AMD ChatGPT deal as well, holding prices and moving them back to the upside. Meanwhile, in the UK, new all-time high yesterday. Rachel, again, will be thrilled, 9518, and look poised to move back to the upside again also for today's session. So yesterday we came off the bit of a pullback there. You can expect a bit of a pullback today on the open as well, and then the market reversed with the Dow, but has since then managed to make progress overnight, coming off the low, which you can see there, big spike in volume on the overnight volume. So we'll look at the German DAX. And in the German DAX yesterday, the market holding sideways. They're staying above the 5-bar moving average and trying to do the same overnight there at the moment. Let's just have a quick look there. So yesterday we had a bit of a shakeout all the way through the low. And the reason we had this shakeout, again, I'll cover it shortly in the 2-minute chart, and I'll show you why that happened if you've not already seen the news on that. And then into a bit of a sideways trading range for yesterday. So yesterday and overnight, the US dollar showing a bit of strength as it's holding back the price of silver, but gold is ignoring it and continuing to move high. There's a complete disconnect there. But the US dollar still strengthening slightly, even despite the fact that the government is still shut down at the moment. Right, so have a look at the metals. And starting off with silver, we had a new 14-year high yesterday with 48.75, still trying to move higher. I think the $50 per ounce level's coming on Thursday when Shanghai returns after 9 days or 9 trading days closed. But at the moment, still on the positive side. Sideways there at the moment, as you can see for yesterday. The LBMA once again guaranteed to mark the prices down, and they're trying to bring the price down of silver on the overnight there at the moment as well. A bit of volatility there. So again, I wouldn't be at all surprised if we don't see a retest of yesterday's low in silver, the way that's trading at the moment. That's quite volatile as it trades live there. Meanwhile, in gold, it's put in a new all-time high of 3977, so we're not far off making that all-time high and psychological level of 4,000, which I expected around December, but has come 2 months earlier there. 30-minute chart, again, is just trying to be hammered to the downside there when it's approached yesterday's high, but not that far to go, really, is it? $35 or something like that as we just drop below the 377. So gold sideways there as well. So let's have a look at the gold-silver ratio. And in the gold-silver ratio, we're stuck in a sideways range at the moment. We're still way above 80. Lots of potential for the price of silver as the gold-silver ratio hopefully continues to move lower. The average in the last 40 years comes around about 30 gold-silver ratio. So there's still a lot on the downside, if allowed to move, of course. Right, let's have a quick look at yesterday's trades. And starting off in the pre-market, very choppy as you can see there. Expect more of this today as well, given there's no economic news items. And we started off with a choppy session in the cash market there. We then moved to the upside, had a pullback before then moving higher once more. And then we got stuck in a sideways move once more as prices came back below the close and all of the averages. And this is when the French president actually resigned. I don't think he'd only been there a few hours. Obviously, I exaggerate. I think it was a few days. But nonetheless, you can see there. But then they buy back in. Why do they buy back in? Because we're at the low and we've got the S1 and we've got the buying coming back in. So the market then beats a path back to the upside, which you can see there. However, this buy signal fails because the market is then taken out before it actually got going. So they retested the low, and then this buy signal then goes on all the way back to the close and recoups the losses. We then get into a bit of a trading range all the way through to the US market, which opened at 230, where we saw the sell-off. The German DAX there just pulling back slightly, and then once it's pulled back, you'll see the market find some support down at the 200 MA. Prices then try and hold there, but then they say no, let's have another shakeout, get rid of a few more traders first and just take the stops out, which they do. And then they bring the market back above the 200 there to the DP, and then prices move sharply to the upside and then follow the US markets as they recover for a while, and then into the evening where profit taking comes into the DAX as prices move sideways to lower and then develop this sideways trading range. Overnight, so let's have a quick look, see where we are, and you can see prices have come back to the close of yesterday where the buying has just entered the market to hold prices at this time. So that's it. We're quite a bit off the high, aren't we? Let's just have a look at that before. Not too far, actually, so we could actually have a run up to yesterday's high. But I'm expecting lower prices initially when the market opens. This is that pattern that, say, from the US for the last two trading sessions where the open has seen the selling of stocks and then the market then turning around and moving back to the upside. So you may see that to begin with in Europe when it opens. Right, that's it for this one. Have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.